Hello all, welcome to my channel Everyday PM. We started the basic series on project management a while back, PM Made Easy, and we are in lesson number 6, which is based on project management methodology Agile. So we will be talking about Agile in this particular video. I am Priya and I have been in project management space for more than 15 years. And I started this channel in order to make project management little easy to understand for all the new PMs who are entering the space. So let's get started. Lesson number 6 in the basic series. But before we get into the details, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Agenda for lesson 6 is we will talk about the objective of the series, definition of Agile, stages, principle, strengths and weaknesses of Agile methodology, what is the selection criteria. We will explore Agile in the personal space and we will complete the video with some homework and some light-hearted chuckle. The objective for the basic series is that we will be covering 11 lessons as a part of the series. We are currently in lesson number 6. Each lesson will be around 10 to 15 minutes. We explore project management in a corporate and personal space. The entire series is made simple, easy to understand, and enjoyable. And the goal is to make project management interesting to all and build up a strong workforce in this space. Do explore project management to relaunch your career. Most importantly, get certified. Now, today's video is on Agile methodology. So let's look into the definition of it. What is an Agile? It's a project management framework that breaks projects into phases, also called sprints, and use an iterative approach. After each sprint, the team will reflect on what could be improved and adjust their strategy for the next sprint. It emphasizes continuous collaboration and improvement. So in short, Agile methodology breaks the projects into phases or sprints and uses a iterative approach. Now the 4 values in Agile manifesto are as follows. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Working software over documentation. Customer collaboration over a contract negotiation. And finally, responding to change over following a definite project plan. Now let's look at Agile stages. And here I'm giving you an example in a software development. As we just now seen in the definition, the project is split into phases, which are also called sprints. So I am listing here 3 of the sprints. And each sprint has the similar kind of an iterative approach where we plan, we design, we develop, test out the specs, we deploy or release, and then we review before moving on to the next sprint. And this is what the iterative approach of Agile is. One thing to note, typically after every sprint, there is some release that happens so that there is a continuous improvement that is happening within the project. Now, Agile also has 12 principles as a part of their manifesto. And these 12 principles are customer satisfaction, adoption to requirement changes, frequent delivery because each sprint has some release, so that's why frequent delivery. Team collaboration, where both the business and the technical teams sit together to collaborate. Self-organizing team, wherein each person part of the project team knows their accountability and what is being delivered or what should get delivered. Working software, looking at the result feedback so that after every sprint release, we look at what is the feedback, then we reflect and adjust our subsequent sprints. There is always a face-to-face communication. We keep the agile project simple. There is a sustainable progress. So within each sprint, when we go from one sprint to another, we are looking at a progress in the project. And there is a continuous attention in each of the sprint. So these are the 12 principles of the Agile Manifesto. Now, as every project management methodology has their strengths and weaknesses, we will look into what is Agile's strengths and weaknesses. So let's focus on first the strength. It is customer focus, adaptability to changes. That means the requirements do change and we deliver based on the requirement changes. There is a continuous improvement once we go from one sprint to another. Rapid delivery of values because there is a release happening after every sprint. There is a team empowerment, improved communication, and there is a transparency and visibility. So these are the strengths of Agile. Now let's look at what are the weaknesses. Scope creep. Because requirements can change in Agile methodology, so that is why there is a potential for scope creep. And that also results in difficulty in cost estimation of the project, right? Because the things are fluid. High team dependency, potential to miss deadlines because there is a scope creep, then you can potentially miss the deadlines. Lack of detailed documentation, and it is not suitable for the complex project which needs rigid requirements. And lack of long-term planning. So these are the weaknesses for Agile. Now let's look at the selection criteria wherein Agile can be selected as a methodology and also what are the common framework within Agile methodology. So the common criteria what we have to look at are what is the project goals and priorities, how complex is the project, how much is the need to adapt, are the requirements going to change frequently as a part of the entire project, how much should be the customer involvement, what is your team culture and maturity, is your project team mature enough to be independent, what is the organization culture, and then team autonomy, how much value as well as authority is given to the team in order to make the decisions. And the frameworks within Agile methodologies are the common one I'm talking about are Scrum, Kanban, SAFe, which is also called Scaled Agile Framework, Lean, Extreme Programming or XP, and FDD, which is Feature Driven Development. And some examples of Agile projects include website relaunch, app development, campaigns, software development, product development. So these are the projects that typically use Agile methodology. Now let's look at how does Agile fit in our daily life? If you recollect in all the previous lessons, I always make sure to give some examples of daily life based, that wherein we use the project management, because it becomes very easy for people who are new to project management to understand the concept little better. So two of the examples that are given here are restaurant orders or cleaning your house. So in case of, let's take restaurant order, right? When the restaurant is open, there is always some food is prepared before opening the door. But after that, there is continuous delivery of orders, like the waiter will take the order, give it to the kitchen, they will cook it. Then there is continuously delivery of orders, and then the restaurant owner is also looking at analyzing the number of successful orders, and this process continues every day. So it is an iterative process. Another example is we decide to clean our house. Now we can decide where, we we decide based on whether we want to do one room at a time or one particular type of cleaning like wardrobes or cupboards at a time. So what in short we are doing is we are breaking the process into smaller tasks. We can prioritize, let's clean the kitchen first, then the living room, then the bathroom, etc. We tackle one at a time and adjust as we go along. And then, as I mentioned, even the tasks can be broken that, okay, we can clean the windows of all the rooms at one time, or we can clean wardrobes at one time, something like that. Again, it's an iterative process where we are breaking the entire activity into smaller tasks. So these are two examples which I gave wherein we use Agile in our daily life. Now let's look at our homework. So what I want you all who are watching this video, revisit the Agile methodology, revisit Agile framework, and pick up one of the common framework, which is Scrum, and then look into the example that I gave in on Agile in our daily life, the cleaning of house cleaning or restaurant order. So similarly, go and find out some other example and share your homework in the comment section. And in our next lesson, we will go through the project tools that we use in the project management space. Now, this is the last slide of the presentation, and I'm closing it with a chuckle. Thank you all for watching the presentation, and I hope it helped you to understand Agile a little better. I'll be sharing the lessons links from the previous lessons in the description, and the playlist link also will be displayed somewhere on this particular screen. Once again, before I close, please like, subscribe, and share my channel as well as video. Thank you once again.